Hey guys, and welcome back to Dark Blue Nutrition. My name is Katie. I'm your dietitian and personal trainer, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic to my soul: self-empowerment, ditching the Instagram social media comparison, and owning your truest, most authentic, badass self. I want to first preface that this is not an exhaustive list, and if this is something that you're interested in learning more about or interested in just kind of casually chatting more about them, please let me know, and I would love to talk about this in the future. But to start, I just wanted to give my top 3 tips that I've been applying to my life to make sure that I'm not getting sucked into the comparison trap on social media. I know it's something that's so common in especially the health and fitness industry. I see so much comparison, so much body shaming, and also just plastic surgery here and there, Botox, all this. And I'm not trying to diss on any of that stuff. That is a personal choice that is totally up to you to make. But I do think that it's worth chatting about how this can impact normal people like you and I who are in this industry and love the health and fitness culture, but then we constantly are bombarded with these perfect images of filtered people, photoshopped people, people with Botox and perfect skin, people who seem to have perfect skin because they always have those like blurred filter effects that look so real. And I think it can really be at our detriment. And no doubt that this impacts you and I so much in our everyday life, more than we even realize. So I just want to talk a little bit about this topic and a little bit about what you can do to combat these things that you see on the internet, because I know we all want to be on the internet, chat with each other, connect with each other. That is the purpose and one of the greatest things about social media, but there are a lot of toxic things that you can really easily get wrapped up in. So let's just get straight into today's topic. So the very first thing that I've been doing much more frequently than I used to is unfollowing people that feel triggering to me. At first I was like, maybe I should just toughen up. And here's the thing, like, I don't believe that it's extremely healthy to only see the people that are in your little bubble, if that makes sense. I don't think it's just healthy to see one type of opinion and only what you believe and nothing else, and the blinders are on. That's not necessarily healthy, and that's kind of like a side note. I do think when it comes to your own self-preservation and mental health that it is okay to put the blinders on when it comes to people who really honestly trigger you. And by trigger, I just mean someone who brings up a very negative emotion about yourself, or something that brings up a past trauma, something that fuels a lot of guilt or distrust in your own body, or maybe habits that you used to have around disordered eating, anything like that. If a person brings up those in you, I think it's perfectly okay to unfollow them, and there's no shame in that. As I started to mention before, I got off on a side tangent. I used to feel kind of guilty about unfollowing people because I would feel like this weird dilemma in my mind of like, am I just shutting out different parts of the world because I feel too sensitive to see them? And I would just feel like maybe that's just something I need to adapt to, and maybe that's just me being overly sensitive. But here's the thing, I think there's a difference between accepting people with differing opinions from you and just accepting people who are blatantly putting themselves out there to pose as a trigger for other people. Maybe they don't see it that way. Maybe they're not doing that on purpose. They're probably driven by their own insecurities to put themselves out there to feel beautiful and to feel validated. And that's, a whole different thing that we can totally get into another time. But long story short, it's okay to unfollow those people that don't serve you for that reason. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and your reasons for unfollowing someone can be completely different from mine. So I feel like giving examples of who I would unfollow might not be extremely helpful, but like, just as a few examples, if someone posts something about dieting that makes me kind of feel like, oh, should I be restricting in this way? Is that why they're so beautiful and I'm this way and blah, blah, blah. Like, if it makes me feel bad about myself, then I know that I can just go to their profile and hit unfollow and not miss a thing. And in fact, it'll improve my feed from there. I just want to give you permission this week that if you feel guilty or feel weird or feel like you're being too sensitive when you come across someone's post post and it's triggering you, don't be. You have every single right to unfollow this person and feel better as you scroll through that feed. The second kind of reframe that I've been doing when I am going through Instagram or social media, or I kind of catch myself comparing to other women too often, is practicing an abundance mindset. I know that sounds really woo-woo, but hear me out. I have a moon t-shirt, for God's sakes. An abundance mindset means the opposite of lack. So sometimes when we scroll through Instagram, for example, and we see another beautiful woman, we think, this woman is beautiful and I'm not. She has big boobs and I don't. She has gorgeous skin and I don't. Sometimes without really realizing it, you're saying that this woman's beauty kind of takes away from your own beauty. But a reframe that I've been incorporating into my routine as it comes up is when I see a beautiful woman, I appreciate the beauty without taking away from my own. So I will share with you my reframe. This girl is gorgeous and I appreciate her beauty and know that her beauty does not take away from my own. So you can probably word it better than I did or word it in a shorter frame than I did. Let me know in the comments below what your reframe would be when you see someone beautiful. How can you appreciate that person and their beauty and accept it and feel positive for them and not let it take away from your own inner and external beauty? I'd love to know in the comments below. I love hearing all of your reframes and mantras that you tell yourself to kind of build yourself up and empower yourself, because I think it's something that seems so cheesy, but mantras have been my go-to for just feeling more confident in myself, feeling better, and reframing those negative and toxic thoughts. Another thing that I really love to do to build myself up and empower myself to feel confident, beautiful, and just proud of myself from the inside out is to make a list of my accomplishments and the goals that I've reached and the things that I've done in life. It doesn't have to be huge, but it can be. It can be anything on the spectrum of teeny tiny tasks that you've done that week, or it can be something that huge that you accomplished, like completing your master's degree or passing an exam or meal prepping for the past month. You know, any of those things all count as wins and count as something to be proud of yourself. And I think sometimes we're so focused, at least a goal-oriented person like myself, and I know a lot of you are, I think we're always focused on the next goal and we don't really give ourselves as much credit as we could for the goals that we have been accomplishing in the past or in the present moment. We're always like future focused, and that's a great quality to have, but sometimes it takes away from your self-esteem because you're not really reflecting on all the beautiful, amazing things that you've done in the past. So that's just something to remind yourself of. I have an actual Word doc on my computer that I started of my accomplishments in 2020 and then my accomplishments this year in 2021. And I'm gonna start them and like try to add to them like quarterly or monthly or whatever feels comfortable to me. I'm kind of just like feeling it out at this point. But when I feel down on myself and when I feel low confidence or feel like I'm not really getting where I want to be in life, I look at this list and it makes me feel such a confidence boost because I'm seeing, wow, I really have come a long way. And it's not just about like where I end up or reaching the biggest, baddest goal and reaching the top of the mountain. It's about all the things I've done along the way. And I feel like I'm sounding so cheesy in this video, but it's so true that you just have to give yourself credit for every little move that you make that's in that positive direction. Not every day is going to be amazing. Not every day you're going to accomplish something great or profound, but you probably have accomplished so much more in the past year than you even realize. So give yourself credit. Make a list, whether it's on pen and paper or on your phone or on your computer, on a Word doc. Make a list that you can keep and keep adding to it and reminding yourself how much of a badass you are, because you really are a badass. Like, if you've made it this far in life, I know that you have gone through struggles. I have gone through a lot of struggles as a 28-year-old woman, and no matter your age, you're always going through change and going through hardships in your life, no matter how good you have it. I have it very good right now, and I still experience stress and lack of motivation and feeling down about myself and feeling low self-esteem. So I hope that some of these tips helped you today. Let me know in the comments below, what is one accomplishment that you have made in the past year, and why are you proud of yourself? I would love to know, and I would love to build each other up. So let's share our accomplishments in the comments below. If you would like more videos like this one, make sure to send me your ideas. Let me know what you'd like to see. I always like hearing from you and getting your ideas for what you'd like to see next. So don't be shy. I love ideas. And I will also leave some links to other videos in the end card and description box below. So until next time, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.